Welcome back, my quick crypto family. Once again, another live stream back at the normal time of 4 p.m. GBT, 12 p.m. midday EST, and 9 a.m. PT. And for man Leroy, who I'm sure is already watching, 11:30 p.m. in Australia. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We got, again, a lot of very exciting news to cover in this video, in this live stream today. And yeah, there's no simple way to put it apart from, as the title states, Matt KEISER confirms Bitcoin will take over the energy sector, completely take it over. And he's right, but he's wrong. And I'll get into that exactly why in this video, in this live stream. Effectively, I'm going to play this video here. The Kappa Maxi posted it out, shout out to him. I'm sure he also watches my stream as well. So if he's in the stream, hello. And yeah, effectively, Matt KEISER states in this stream that he predicts that the energy sector will soon use Bitcoin to transact. Now, whether he knows this or not, I don't know, but this shift is already underway, and we, the KASPA community, know this because we have the KII, right? This is a very, very big deal, and for those who are unaware, Matt KEISER is not a small name in this space. On Twitter, he's got over 500,000 followers, almost 600,000. So he's a very, very big name. People should know who he is. He is a prominent figure in the cryptocurrency world. Matt KEISER is a venture capitalist at Heisenberg Capital and co-host of the popular Max and Stacey Report, an early advocate of Bitcoin, a global speaker on cryptocurrency. So he is a very, very big name, and he is here talking about predicting that the energy sector will soon use Bitcoin to transact. Now, you can take this in two ways, whether it means Bitcoin as a whole or the crypto as a whole in the energy sector. But ultimately, in my opinion, what he really is talking about is proof of works. But therefore, he's talking about KASPA. KASPA is Bitcoin 2.0. We should already know that. Good afternoon, Simon. Welcome to the stream once again. So yeah, I'm going to play this video now, and I'll play it again later on in the stream because obviously just started off the stream and people are going to turn up later on, I'm sure. But yeah, we could just quickly listen to this right now.
So it just like software ate the world during the 70s and 80s, and every company in the world became essentially a software company. You know, car companies are a software company, airlines are a software company. All value will become priced in Bitcoin. Everything will be priced in Bitcoin, particularly energy. I would say the next big prediction, I'll make a prediction here, is that within 24 months, all the major global energy contracts will be priced in Bitcoin, not dollars. And that will be the end of the fiat money world as we know it officially, and the beginning of the Bitcoin epoch.
So, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory right there. There you have it. So he's basically saying that, I mean, we already know this happening, right? We already know that we're seeing the end of fiat as it is right now. Crypto is taking over. And he's now saying that in the energy sector, within the next 2 years, 24 months, we're going to see this shift from using fiat to using crypto to using Bitcoin. But the problem is, which I'm going to showcase in this video as well, we've got this man here. The man by the name of...
widely regarded as the co-inventor of blockchain. His papers from 80s such as...
W. Scott Sconetta. He was on the white paper of Satoshi, like the original Bitcoin white paper. He was one of the few people who's mentioned in the white paper. So he is, again, a very, very massive name. And in this video, he's here talking and exposing the realities of Bitcoin, about how it's kind of strayed away from Satoshi's goals. It can no longer be a medium of exchange. It's a it can't be a peer-to-peer anymore. It's not efficient. It's not scalable. So by this point, it's just a store of value. What Satoshi did is great, and he states that here, but Bitcoin centralization is only going to accelerate. I'll link these in the comment section and the description below for anyone who wants to listen to them. I don't want to play it all out and bore you all, but it is very, very insightful to hear this. Very insightful. And it confirms what I have been believing and saying in my streams for a while now, which is that Bitcoin is great, but the problem is Bitcoin has its shortcomings, and KASPA, at the current time being, KASPA does solve these shortcomings. As a fair launch proof of work like Bitcoin, no pre-allocations like Bitcoin, and it solves a trilemma where Bitcoin is not scalable, KASPA is scalable, and there's a reason why the KII has approached KASPA and not Bitcoin, because KASPA is going to change the energy sector, which is what they believe. That's why they partner with them. They wanted KASPA to transform the energy sector. They state it, in their aims right here. That's why they partner with them. So it's very, very big to see. And this post here from Matt KEISER is just more bullish for me to think, okay, well, we already see they're trying to do this. And they're not doing it with Bitcoin, they're doing it with the next Bitcoin, they're doing it with KASPA. Look at the partnership with the DII. And as I mentioned again in my previous streams, the DII and KII have the common chairman and board members, so they will be announcing official partnerships in the coming weeks. This came from 3 weeks ago now. So we're going to see an industry partnership with Kaspa very, very soon, I am sure. And we can see the DHL, you got so many other massive names. You got the likes of WSP, you got, it's sensory overload for me. There's too many for me to even comprehend it all. But look, just take a quick moment and look at all the massive partnerships that are part of the DII, their associated partnerships, and these are the people who are now going to have access to Kaspa. It's very, very exciting to see. And again, further confirmation that we are going to see a transformation from the fiat to crypto, and the energy sector is going to be one that transforms as well. And Kaspa is going to be an integral part in the transformation. If you look at the market chart for Kaspa right now, yesterday it's again acting as I've been stating for the past few days. We're going to see a consolidation phase around this region for the meantime until we see more developments come through. And yesterday, when I finished my stream, you're sitting around 16.4, and now yesterday we bottomed out here at 15.6, I believe. 15.6, yes. Right now, Kaspa is valued at 16.29, up 2.36% on the daily time frame, and I still do believe that we're going to see a continued consolidation phase around this period. We could see more highs, maybe seeing it reach as high as 17.5, potentially bottoming out down here at 15, if not lower. Good morning, Israel, brother 349. Welcome. What's the DII? The DII, I will show you. The DII is also known as the Desertec Industrial Initiative. From 2009 to 2022, Paul Van Son has been serving DII as its president. It's an international group of over 110 energy and infrastructures, industrial and financial companies. Is well known for paving the way for countries in North Africa and the Middle Eastern region, so MENA. Effectively, is a massive initiative to further energy in other regions of the world. And the chairman of KII, Paul Van Son, is also the chairman of the DII. And we're now going to see these sort of partnerships from the associate partnership of DII now, be partnership with Kaspa, which is confirmed in this post here. And also in this post here, because we're going to see enterprise events. The Kaspa in enterprise they're going to be sorting out support mechanisms for the launch pad of the KII, which is big, but also to give the enterprises access to get access to Kaspa. It is this sort of development we are now seeing, and this is all thanks to the DI and the KII. So again, this video I'll play it again later on for when we have a little later on the stream. But Max KEISER saying this is massive news and confirmation of what's happening with Kaspa right now. Cody, what's up, my man? Welcome. But yeah, that's something I'll get a little bit more into this stream. But for now, I also want to talk about more Kaspa news, more crypto news. We are seeing, once again, more all-time highs of the hash rate, which I saw a comment yesterday in my YouTube section talking about why it's big news for seeing high hash rate. The bottom line, right here, the higher the hash rate of a project is indicative to the continuing adoption of the project and the continuing security. The higher this number, it means we're seeing more adoption with Kaspa and it's becoming more secure. Which this is very, very good, because it therefore means there's more confidence in the project. People who see this think, oh yeah, it's seeing more adoption, it's safer, so you're more incentivized to want to mine Kaspa or just want to invest into the project. And we are seeing this even now. If you look at the current wallet holders, yes, we are seeing some dips in humpbacks and whales, which is why we have been seeing the correction in Kaspa's price yesterday. But ultimately, we're still seeing more wallet addresses coming in that we're seeing going now, and this number is still rising. 406,661 addresses holding Kaspa. The adoption is still growing, and this increase in hash rate could also be due to the fact that Binance seemingly is itching to get involved with Kaspa. We know they want to get on board. Of course, as we see from HolderX here, we should all know Kaspa's fair launch, proof of work, no allocations, as I've been saying. So Kaspa doesn't pay for listings or shillings like most, if not all, other crypto projects in the top 100. All of these projects, one way or another, have paid for a top exchange to list their project, because that's how they gain their more adoption of their project. It's not a bad strategy by any means, but Kaspa is staying true to its vision as a fair launch proof of work, and therefore it's not done this. But that means the exchanges therefore have to stock up on their own. They have to build up their own liquidity. They can't just, Kaspa won't pay them to do so. And Binance knows this, and they know Kaspa inside out, which is why they're doing everything they can to increase their liquidity of Kaspa so they can buy before they end up listing it, which is why they have set a zero fees mining pool. That's why they have also set futures markets for Kaspa. So it is only a matter of time before eventually we end up seeing Binance list a Kaspa spot listing, which, Binance being the biggest exchange in the world with, currently just almost 13 billion daily trading volume and just under 11 million weekly visits. It is a massive exchange that will see. They will need to build up a sizable amount of liquidity before they can even contemplate listing Kaspa, because if they were to list Kaspa, they know how good Kaspa is. I'm sure about that. If they were to list Kaspa, their liquidity would be soaked up immediately. So they have to build up a lot of it to do that. So we'll see a listing, I'm sure, within this bull cycle. I'm not sure how soon, but in this bull cycle, I'm very confident we'll see Binance list Kaspa. And then we have other developments happening as well in the crypto space regarding, what I've been talking about in the past. Just a reminder what happens to stocks. And stocks and crypto are two sides of the same coin. They are similar in the sense of their financial asset, their financial market. They are on-risk asset market. So when it says stocks, again, it's the same thing for crypto. When the Fed pivots and lower rates, when they slash rates, the markets collapse, or they correct, shall I say. They correct. Happened in 2000, happened in 2007, in 2019. We saw the Fed slash rates, and the stock markets and therefore the crypto markets were corrected in price as well. That's what's going to happen in September. In September, the Fed slashes rates, we're going to see a correction in the market, which is not a bad thing, because in my opinion, it's just another opportunity for you to fill up your bags, whether it be crypto in general, maybe more Bitcoin, maybe more, XRP, or just more Kaspa. For me, of course, I'm going to be looking at Kaspa as my biggest bag, and I have so much faith in this project. And again, this is just more reason for me to have more faith in this project. We are seeing a massive transformation happening with Kaspa right now. And this is something I also want to talk about as well. Because as we can see from this post here, US credit cards serious delinquency rates jumped to 7% in Q2 2024, the highest since 2011. Right? That is serious. Since 2002, delinquencies of plus 90 days have more than doubled. At the same time, auto loan serious delinquencies surged to 3%, the highest in 14 years. Currently, there are 600 million credit card accounts and 110 million auto loan accounts in the United States, according to New York Fed data. And that means 42 million credit cards and 3.3 million auto loan accounts are on the brink of default. Financial pressure in the United States consumers continue to rise. So to break this down, what this post really means for anyone who may not completely understand, which is understandable, effectively, the rate of people seriously behind on their credit card payments has jumped to 7%. We can see this blue line here. It's jumped considerably. There's a lot more people behind their credit card payments, which is not very good news. The highest point since 2011, back here. This peak happened after the financial crash, and then we started seeing finally some ease, but it's going back up again and going back up steeply. And the number of people seriously behind on their auto loan payments, as we can see in this green line, is also rising to 3%, which is equally the highest we have seen since 2011. So we're right now in a very, very precarious position right now. And this basically means that we're potentially going to see an economic downturn as consumers are facing increasing financial challenges. We're going to see more downside in the near future. And it could lead to impact in the banks and financial institutions as people are not able to pay their payments and they're struggling, and the banks are not getting their money back, so they're struggling. And it therefore means that the banks may also be more cautious to extend credit card payments and lend money out because consumers are not paying it back. So the higher this number, it impacts everyone, not just the consumers, not just people like you and me, but also the big banks. Because they're like, okay, well, if we're not going to get our money back, then we can't lend it out. So this is also very, very bad. And if this is what happened in 2008 when we saw the financial crash, and it's leading that way again, who knows, we might see the same thing again, and that's not good to see at all. Fed market watch moved to 100% certainty for, well, there you go. As Cody says right here, the Fed rate cuts in September is not a matter of if or when, it's 100% now. It's definitely going to happen, which is to an extent a cause for concern, because it means that it's a clear-cut sign that the markets are struggling. It's a clear-cut sign that the markets are struggling, and therefore we're going to see corrections in the market prices for on-risk assets like crypto and stocks. But at the same time, it's also good because it means that this is like the calm before the storm effectively. We'll see some downside, but then the economy will start to stabilize as more liquidity and more money is now pushed into the market again. We are seeing the Fed printing money once again, and this will mean that after the fallout of however long it may be, a few weeks, a month maybe, we'll then start seeing some upside potential in time for what will be the biggest crypto bull run in history. As simple as that. And look, we can even see that Bitcoin is currently around 60k, and we can see the extreme fear factor happening right now in the market. It's bad, and it's probably going to get worse before it gets better. I think we've still got, again, I still think we have lower lows to come in the immediate short term for Kaspa and crypto as a whole. Massimo, welcome. Where do you see Kaspa in 2025? Okay, well, 2025, it depends on what catalysts come out by that point. If we base it purely on indicators, for example, the most surefire one being the power law, I think Kaspa will reach the top bound of the power law, which is $3. But the power law only takes into account price over time, increasing in price over time based on the emission schedules of Kaspa being a proof of work project. So in that regard, it does not take into account the other indicators and other catalysts like top tier exchange listings. It does not take into account the KII Kaspa Industrial Initiative, which is going to do amazing things, which again, that's what this live stream's about. I'll get into that more in a little bit. It's not taking into account the KRC20, which has just had its test, I believe, this weekend just gone, and it should be fully launched by the end of this month, not September. 10 BPS and smart contracts, all these other catalysts that could do massive for Kaspa's price. I think that we will likely see Kaspa, conservative prediction, as I said, $3. I think we'll see Kaspa probably average at 5, and if we get multiple tier 1s and smart contract before the end of the bull cycle, I think we could see 7, if not 10. And that would be insane to see. But ultimately, for me, the top of the market for Kaspa in 2025 is not a thing that I lose sleep over or think about too much, because ultimately Kaspa for me is a very, very long-term hold. Similarly to people who bought Bitcoin when it was $1,000 or even less than that. They just held Bitcoin the whole way up. I'm doing the same for Kaspa. I bought Kaspa in at 5 cents. I'm buying it since, and I'm going to keep holding it all the way up till it reaches $100 in the future, whenever that may be. Leroy, my man, welcome from Australia. My man, he is a legend. He is here since he is in Australia. It's almost midnight for him, so insane that he's always here in the streams. He's a legend. Welcome, my friend. But yeah, we've got some other catalysts as well I want to quickly cover as well. This I thought was very, very interesting. Breaking Bitcoin miner Marathon to raise quarter of $1 billion more to buy Bitcoin. This is obviously big news because it means that Marathon is now getting more involved with the crypto market. Keep in mind as well, Marathon Digital Holdings, they're shareholders, and these industries always take action in accordance to what their shareholders want to make them more money. Their shareholders are the likes of BlackRock, Jane Street, Vanguard, and all the massive Wall Street institutions. And they are now raising $250 million more to buy Bitcoin. And what do we know as well? That Marathon just diversified their portfolio in September of last year and only announced it in 2 months ago. They're diversifying into Kaspa. So this means they're raising more money to buy Bitcoin. Only talk about Bitcoin, but this could also be indicative to they might diversify more into Kaspa, because Kaspa is doing amazing things, and the KII is a crucial example of that. And then we also have this as well. AMD, which is one of the biggest tech companies in the world, has completed its $665 million acquisition of the Silo AI, which is the largest private AI lab in Europe. This is a big deal as well. Believe it or not, this is big for crypto, and I'll explain why. Effectively, for those who are unaware and those who are new, as I've seen in the chat, Leroy, my man's new to crypto, he's trying to learn more, so welcome to stream. I'll share my knowledge where I can, and of course you're also in the Discord server, the free Discord server that I created last week, where we are all trying to build our knowledge together anyways. I'll leave the link right here. It's also on my homepage, but I'll leave the link in the chat as well. Anyone wants to join, free to join, and we're just trying to build our knowledge together to be a part of this big wealth transfer, because 2024 to 2025, this bull one's going to be the biggest. There's no doubt about that in my mind. Same thing with Israel Brother as well. They're trying to learn more, so by all means come and chill and chat and learn in the Discord server. But as I was stating, anyways, this is big news also because AI and crypto, believe it or not, because of what's happening with the financial markets, they go hand in hand. They are kind of two sides of the same coin as well right now. So this acquisition is a positive signal potentially for crypto as well, because we're now seeing an increase in AI adoption, right? So a lot of these major tech companies, AMD now acquiring AI, means that we're seeing AI become more integrated into various sectors. So the demand for computing power is likely to increase. AMD make chips, the same thing that we'd see for crypto miners and hardware like that. So that's also very big news. Now we're also starting to see, potential of specialized hardware. So to handle the demanding workload of AI applications, there's a need to grow there's a growing need for specialized hardware. So we could see AI making even better and more frequent technology and chip stuff like that, thanks to the introduction of AI. And like I mentioned, blockchain and AI have a synergy together. This is not directly related, but they go hand in hand. With the growth of AI, we're seeing the growth of crypto as well. And same thing, growth of crypto, we're seeing the growth of AI. So this is a very, very, very big announcement and could potentially have a positive impact on the crypto sector to go forward as well. Not to mention as well, this is just again further proof of this shift happening in the market right now with the Web 2 indicators. You know, the general Web 2 factors being the likes of Google and AMD and Apple, all these massive institutions that are now starting to delve more into AI and more into crypto. I'm sure if you do the research and you would type in any of these companies and their connection to a crypto of some sort, I'm pretty sure I've seen Google, and I know for a fact Amazon have partnerships with XRP. I know that for a fact. So we are seeing these Web 2 industries starting to get involved into the crypto and AI sector, which is also indicative of where we're going to see the market go in the future as we're seeing this growth and explosion in the market. So ultimately, yeah, a lot of good things to see, and Kaspa is going to be one of the leaders in this shift going on right now. Is it possible, in your opinion, that the bull market in 2025 that we are all expecting is not going to happen because of recession, high inflation, war, etc.? Anything is possible. You know, full disclosure, anything is possible, but in my opinion, it is highly, highly unlikely. Because in my opinion, a bit speculative maybe, but I believe that this potential recession, this potential financial collapse, this black swan that may be on the horizon, I believe it was pre-planned. There's been multiple warning signs of that. It's not been a secret, but I believe it's pre-planned, because one thing that is true without anywhere in the world, no matter what situation you're in, right, is for people to accept change. I mentioned this again in my last live stream. For people to accept change, there needs to be a crisis. For significant change, people just won't roll over and let you do things. People need to have an out, and need to have a reason, right? The companies and institutions around the world and the governments and central banks, they want to introduce central bank digital currency, CBDCs. And people are not going to like that, because people will probably, they're content with the idea of fiat still. But evidently the institutions of the world, they don't want fiat anymore. They don't. That's why the dollar's collapsing. That's why everything else is collapsing. That's why we're seeing this shift to incorporate blockchain and incorporate crypto and stablecoins. They don't want fiat anymore, but people will still be content with it. So what they're doing, in my opinion, is they are causing this situation where fiat's becoming less and less reliable and becoming a problem. And they're using this as a situation where we're going to see a collapse. People want their money's going to be worthless, and they're going to say, "Don't worry, we made a mistake, I know, but don't worry, we've got a solution for you. Here's CBDCs, because you're trying to take your money out of the bank, but the banks are down, all the branches are closed, but CBDCs, blockchain technology, they're 24/7. Even on Christmas, on holidays, they will never be closed. So they have the solution for you there, and that's the only way people will accept CBDCs and accept change." And that shift right now to incorporate CBDCs has been going on for years, and it's going to be done this year to next year and further on. So I think in the next 18 months, we are going to see a shift to incorporate blockchain into the back end of financial systems, real world utility tokens, the ones that are making a big, big difference, which Kaspa is quickly growing into that sector, thanks to the KII and other factors. XRP has been in there for a very, very long time. XLM also doing great things. Quant, HBAR, Algorand and XDC, all those real world utility tokens, and there might be some other ones as well, but I haven't done my research into that just yet. They are going to make a difference in the financial sector, and they're the ones that are currently holding all the cards, in my opinion. So that's the long answer. The short answer is there are going to be problems constantly occurring without life, no matter what the situation is. And I think we're still going to see a bull run this year to, end of 2025. The catalyst to kickstart the initial stage of this bull cycle, in my opinion, will be coming in the next 2 months or so. And the presidential election will also be a very, very big factor. Because keep in mind, right, you might be a little bit skeptical on crypto right now, because Bitcoin's hovering just below 60k. Bitcoin reached an all-time high of 74k in March. That's an all-time high into what's meant to be the run-up to the bull cycle. At its peak last cycle, Bitcoin reached 69k, and it's reached 74 in the run-up. And we've had, this consolidation phase, this bear trap happening right now. It's dropping below 50k. We are still at near Bitcoin's previous all-time high, and we haven't had the bull cycle properly start yet. So I still think there's a lot to come, and these institutions are just trying to shake you out of your bag so they can scoop up more cheap Bitcoin and cheap cryptos, because, they don't want you to have the money. They want it all for themselves. That's just how it works, right? It's because the inflation and number one is huge, tends that all debt will be refinanced into new debt. Yeah, that's also true as well. A lot of the debt right now, again, briefly touching on XRP, they have a partnership with Open Eden, who have just received a enterprise grade, I believe, of an A rating, right, from an enterprise grade, basically giving them like the best possible grade to say that they are trusted to tokenize United States treasuries, treasury bills, which are just debt. So right now, again, we're seeing this shift where everything's going tokenized. So this financial collapse is just going to be shifted and dealt with, and they're going to open up a new avenue, so to speak. I can fan, welcome. My question is, with Kaspa being the best chance of being peer-to-peer money, do you think there could be an agenda to centralize Kaspa? The elites would want to control it. The elites want to control everything. Of course they do. So there will be agendas in that regard. I'm sure there will be. Kaspa right now is seemingly heavily focused on releasing and pushing out their KRC20, the Kaspa blockchain, which is good news. And we seem to also have the developments of the Kaspa stablecoin, because stablecoins are going to be a very, very big factor that institutions are going to have to use to transact their money, wherever they want to, because stablecoins right now and for the foreseeable future, they make up over 80% of all transactions on the crypto market. So stablecoins are very, very important, and Kaspa's going to be building their own and making their own as well. And with Kaspa's technology and blockchain just going to be so superior, 10 BPS and further on from that, being decentralized completely, being scalable, and also being secure, there's going to be a reason to use Kaspa blockchain over anyone else's. So, but again, yes, institutions will try and centralize it. I'm sure we're going to see in the future more and more humpbacks and whales and sharks or whatever. But again, this is why, being in this position you're in right now is unique, because you can, if you believe in the project, then you can slowly but surely, that's what I'm doing. I'm slowly but surely consolidating and filling my bags, and in time, I'm going to keep building it more and more and more to hopefully then one day I do end up becoming a whale, a humpback, a whale, or an aquaman, and just continue filling my bag so I can have more and more Kaspa. And I'm one that's not going to sell. I can say that on everything I own. I'm not going to sell Kaspa. I think this project is the perfect store of value, medium of exchange, peer-to-peer electronic cash, and it will generate me financial freedom. That's why I'm so heavily invested in this project, because there's so much building with it. And we are still so very early. Again, number 22 on CoinMarketCap with no tier 1 listings. That is absolutely nuts. And no other crypto in history has ever done that. That's fact. No, I don't think, maybe not top 30, but definitely top 25. There's no other cryptocurrency in existence that's reached top 25 crypto projects on CoinMarketCap without a top tier exchange listing. Kaspa's the first. Also the first to solve the trilemma, right? It's also the first to do the block data technology. It's just the first of many, many major milestones. And we are starting to see the growth and adoption of Kaspa right now with the increasing hash rate, which will in time incentivize a price increase as well. And the exchange list is going to start listing Kaspa. Kraken's already made it on their roadmap. Binance seem to be itching to do so. They are connected to the Coinbase and OKX with Kaspa as well. And again, I'm going to link these two in the chat right now for anyone who wants to take a listen to them. This is the This guy is called W. Scott Scornetta. He is someone who was on the white paper, the original white paper from Satoshi Nakamoto for Bitcoin. So he is someone who is, to be trusted. And he is exposing in these interviews, the co-creator of the blockchain exposed the realities of Bitcoin, that despite what Satoshi made was great, it's fallen far off from the original goals. It can't be a peer-to-peer currency anymore. It can't be a medium of exchange because it's not scalable. And also, right now, the industries are essentially centralized in Bitcoin. Right now, Bitcoin's going to be a great store of value, but I think we're going to just see Bitcoin put into a load of cold storages, and that'll be it. So, but right now, Kaspa, because of what it is and what it's trying to do, I think Kaspa will be able to adhere and achieve what Satoshi originally believed. And that, again, thanks to the KII. I'm going to play this video again for everyone now to reach the half-hour mark. But before I answer the questions, that's what we need. They need to build it out. Exactly. Right now, Kaspa is still very, very early. There's a lot to build out. Again, we've still got smart contracts coming in play. We've still got the Ethereum roll-up coming in play. We've still got the KAS payments and the DAG night. That DAG night's going to be massive. We've still got so much coming into play, and we are just still in this, what Michael Sutton stated, the developer, one of the lead developers of Kaspa, stated that technology-wise, we are at a boiling point. That's what he stated, and I agree. KRC20 is around the corner, 10 BPS is close to being implemented. All these exchanges seem to be gagging to want to list Kaspa. So we are at a very, very early stage of Kaspa, and I think we are likely going to see right now, I think if I was to look at the power bands right now, I would not be surprised to think that we are near the bottom sector of it, or at least on the lower half of it. I think we are going to see, with these catalysts coming out and this increased adoption, again thanks to the KII, we're going to see Kaspa have a very sharp increase in value in the few months to follow. Partnerships don't cause big, long-lasting pumps, with the Mao mining Kaspa as an exception. Yeah, partnerships don't cause big, long-lasting pumps, but they incentivize more belief and adoption into the project. The partnerships won't make long-lasting pumps, but if you've seen the likes of DHL, right, or you're seeing the likes of Hyundai, wherever they are, I've seen them in this list somewhere. Or even Shell, you've seen the likes of Shell partnership with Kaspa for energy. That, me as an investor, I'm like, that is fantastic news. I'm going to want to be more involved in this project. The partnership itself may not be good, but for anyone who's doing research into Kaspa and they see these partnerships, they're like, oh, okay, this is a serious project. Because they're partnering with the biggest, energy companies and stuff in the world. This is a very, very big news. So the partnerships itself may not do the big pump, but it provides the confidence from investors to want to put more into it. Simon Richards, welcome. With all the positive vibes around Kaspa, why is it not skyrocketing? I've been into Kaspa for over a year and I've never had so much positivity around it. It's because, as I mentioned, Michael Sutton, one of the lead developers of Kaspa, stated that technology-wise, Kaspa is at a boiling point. And I couldn't agree more. That's why there's so much positivity around Kaspa right now, because everything's coming into play. I want to mention that the KII, which was launched, I think, a little under a month ago, I might be wrong, I don't know the exact date, but it was launched recently, right? The initial idea for the KII, from the very, very first idea of it, which we had Rory O'Neill, Shai tweeted this, by the way, so you can find it in Shai's tweets. Rory O'Neill approached Shai at an event, and in 1.5 months, roughly 90 days from meeting with each other, they developed the initial idea and then created the whole KII with all these partnerships, all these massive members a part of it in 90 days. These sort of things can take months, if not years, to do, and they did it in just 90 days. So there was evidently a lot of desperate desire, dare I say, to get this launched, because they have strong belief in Kaspa. So that's very, very good to see. That's why also there's a lot of positive belief around Kaspa right now. The reason it is not skyrocketing is because it's not time. It is not time. We're looking at the market right now. Bitcoin's below 60k. All these projects are right now in a stagnant point. We're in this consolidation phase. Right now, next month there's going to be Fed rate cuts. And as I've showed, whenever you see Fed rate cuts, we see corrections in on-risk assets. Stocks and crypto, they correct in price when there are rate cuts. So right now, there's not enough liquidity in the financial sector as a whole for people to get involved into on-risk assets because, there's no telling what may happen. That's why we're not seeing any price movement right now. But at the same time, that does not mean Kaspa's dead because, again, we are seeing increasing in hash rate. We are seeing more and more developments coming out for Kaspa. So once the market is ready and the market and the money starts flooding in, and we are seeing that with Wave 2 adoption, Marathon raising more money to get more Bitcoin, so they're getting more involved into crypto for their shareholders like BlackRock. We are seeing Morgan Stanley telling their 15,000 wealth advisors to start offering Bitcoin ETFs, right? I put it in my last video from my free Discord. Again, my man Cody put it in my Discord regarding the Europe's fourth largest investment manager, who have almost $500 million Bitcoin. They've been buying it slowly and surely. So right now we are seeing the second wave of institutional adoption flood into Kaspa, most definitely. Flood into crypto, sorry. We're seeing the second wave of institutional adoption flood into crypto. And once the market is ready, because right now, crypto is no different to other markets. It's slightly more volatile, but it's no different for other markets. Right now, there's not enough liquidity in the financial sector. Once it is, which will happen sometime, in my opinion, late September is going on to October, and it may not even be till the election, but in the next few months, we're going to start seeing the kind of the boiling point, the tipping point. We are going to be right there. We're going to see, I think when this breaks out, we're going to see a massive explosive move, and then, the gradual up and downward momentum before we just keep on going up and up in value. I mean, Bitcoin is something that I believe will reach 150k easily by end of 2025, if not, maybe top end of 250k, which would be insane. And Kaspa, I think, is one that could reach $3 end of this 2025 easily, if not as high as 10, depending on what comes out for Kaspa, because there's a lot coming out for Kaspa. Will you be participating in KRC meme coins? I mentioned in the past that I'm not a big lover of meme coins, purely because meme coins are highly, highly volatile and the easiest way to make quick gains, but also the easiest way to lose money quickly. That being said, KRC 20 meme coins will most likely do very, very well, especially early stage, especially the likes of Kaspa that goes to Kaspa, which seems to be putting out a lot of marketing right now. They seem to be doing quite well for themselves and building quite a lot, making a new game as well, I believe. I think it's worth me doing a little bit of research into them. I might get some of them, but I'm not going to, again, put a massive bag into it. My bags are into the ones that I have more faith and belief behind, ones that I have less risk to them, in my opinion. Like, the meme tokens could go up and the next day just collapse. That's because meme tokens don't really have any use case. But then KRC20 or Kaspa even, Kaspa or real world utility tokens like XRP, or in the future to be gaming cryptos, when they actually utilize properly, these have use case. So I tend to always do my research and look into crypto projects that have use cases, because they have more foundation and they're technically more safer that way. Oh yeah, I mean, I answered that question already. That's okay. So yeah, regarding, there's a lot of coming for Kaspa, and we're just not seeing enough money in the market right now, but I think we're going to see that soon. Will the tier 1 exchange listing have a big impact on Kaspa in your opinion? Yes, for both good and bad. Typically what happens right now, what we've seen right now is we've seen Kraken announce that they put Kaspa on their roadmap to launch them, right? So at some point we will see, I can't find the post, it's right here. There. So we have seen on Kraken's roadmap that they do intend to list Kaspa right now. That is their intention. So what's going to happen is, at some point, Kraken will post on their X page, so their official Twitter page, which is where you'll get the information, that they are officially announcing their Kaspa spot listing, and it'll be on 1 week from their announcement, let's just say, right? When this happens, we will see all the whales and the humpbacks and maybe even the Aquaman come back, all these massive holders and even the smaller ones. When we see the announcement, we will see them all flood the market. For Kaspa's first tier 1 exchange, we are going to see them all flood this market, and Kaspa is going to go parabolic, right? Then we will see some consolidation. It might correct a little bit, but ultimately it will go up in value when the listing is announced. Once the listing comes out and Kraken has listed Kaspa, then you'll have these tier 1s the people who only use the big exchanges, so people who only use the likes of Binance, Coinbase, like Kraken, people who then use Kraken, right? They don't want to use the smaller exchanges. They will then have access to Kaspa, so they will buy Kaspa. The problem is at this time when the listing's officially announced, the Kraken holders will buy Kaspa, while everybody else will sell, because the FOMO's gone now. You buy the rumor, you sell the news. The rumor that Kraken's listing, you buy. When they've listed, you sell. That's just how it goes with all these investments, right? That's how it goes. So when Kraken get access to Kaspa, they will buy because they finally have access to Kaspa, but then all the people will sell. So we'll see Kaspa come back down. I don't think it will come back. Like, let's just say Kraken was to do it today, right? They announce today and they're going to list it, 2 days time. Let's say we'll see Kaspa go up probably to, 35 cents. Let's just say something conservative, 35 cents. When the listing finally happens, we'll see probably go to 37 and then come back down and probably reach, but we won't go back down to 20 in my opinion. We'd go back down to probably about 23 to go slightly higher. That's how I would personally see it. So yes, it will have a big impact on capital price going up and then it'll come back down. But then it just also means that in the long-term side of things, when the bull run properly starts, you have more ways to buy Kaspa on a bigger and more trusted exchange. So when the casual traders, ones who don't look at crypto ever until the bull cycle, come into play and they use Kraken, they're like, oh great, Kraken, they have Kaspa. Let's look at Kaspa. Let's look at its all-time chart. Oh wow, it's done nothing but going up. The whole time must be a good project. Let's buy it. That's what most casual traders do. They don't do the big research. So yes, it will have a very, very, very big impact on Kaspa's price in the immediate short term, both good and bad. And in the long term, very, very good. If Kaspa hits $1 by 2030, I am happy. I can put everything I own, my house, all my future children, I think it will definitely reach $1 before 2030. Most definitely before that. I'd be surprised if it doesn't. Because not to mention again, KII doing a lot of stuff coming out next month, and the energy sector is going to be very, very big, and that's going to do big for Kaspa as well. Just the pure knowledge that institutional investments coming to Kaspa is a very positive sign for investors now and in the future to come. It also gives it incentivize more industry to get involved with Kaspa as well. Right now, Kaspa is going to become a leader in the energy sector, or something that Max KEISER believes will happen with crypto, with Bitcoin, but it's going to be Kaspa. I lost my debit card Friday night. I'm dying to get a new car so I can buy more Kaspa. Hey, you know what? I know the struggles, my friend. I know the struggles, man. And you can never have too much Kaspa, in my opinion. Never have it too much. There's always more you can get. Total frustration. I don't know what that means, truth be told. But you're holding Kaspa, but hoping. Oh, you're saying total frustration. In that case, then I know what you mean. Yeah, total frustration holding Kaspa, but hoping for at least $1 Kaspa. Yeah, as LFO1 states, $1.5 to $3 realistic. I think that's definitely happening. I think we can see higher because, again, there's so much coming out for Kaspa that I see it going higher. KRC 20 and a $10 trillion market cap in crypto will push Kaspa to puff. Yeah, I think that's a good mindset to have. I'm not saying it's guaranteed, but KRC 20, 10 blocks per second, tier 1 exchange listings, smart contract that will come out at some point as well. We've got so much coming out for Kaspa, the KII, and also what will potentially be over a $10 trillion market cap of crypto. That's what a lot of these, not just me, there's a lot of other, content creators, but also big institutional leaders like Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse believes we'll see $5 trillion by the end of this year. We're at 2.1 now, so that means we're going to have to see some considerable growth in the next 3 months, 3-4 months. We're going to see some considerable growth. So I think we could see 10 trillion by the end of the bull cycle as well, with what's happening right now. So we could see Kaspa potentially push higher than $5. I think it's a possibility or so. Yeah. In your opinion, what crypto projects do you think have the best tokenomics and technology beside Kaspa? It's tough to say. It is tough to say. For me right now, my main focus has been on Kaspa, of course, the best project in this space without any question. Especially thanks to this announcement here. I think AI is a very, very strong bet, and I'm starting to do my research into AI projects because AI seems to be very, very big. I believe Tao, T-A-O, is a AI project. This one. I think this one is meant to be an AI project. I might be wrong in that, but if that's the case, then this one might do very, very well. I've seen a lot of people talking about it. So I think AI is going to be very, very big, and they for what's happening right now. But ultimately, right now, again, Kaspa my biggest bag. But I also tend to look at real world utility tokens because of what's happening in the financial sector right now. One of the ones I am into, which is, again, my bag in it is small, and I'll explain why, but I'm into XRP because now the shortcomings of XRP is because it is centralized. It had ICOs, it had pre-allocation to developers, so there's always that possibility that they could rug pull. That is a worry. But at the same time, because what's happening with XRP, with Ripple, and their lawsuit coming to an end, their institutional governmental partnerships, they're partnered with the Bank of America, they're partnered with the Hong Kong Monetary Authority, the Monetary Authority of Singapore. They are with all over the world. I think Ripple have connections to every single continent besides Antarctica. Because of that and what they are building, and for what they're utilizing XRP for as a bridge asset for their decentralized exchange, or their XRP ledger, so to speak, I think XRP is something that has potential. Same thing with XLM and all the other real world utility tokens like Quant, XDC, HBAR, Algorand, and all of them ones. So I look at those, and then another sector I look into again, which I'm going to do more in this cycle, is gaming projects, because right now gaming projects aren't going to take off properly because there isn't the quality of the games coming out from these projects aren't able to compete with the likes of the Web 2 games, Call of Duty, FIFA, GTA, whatever they may be. But that will happen. There's no doubt in my mind that will happen as Web 2 developers are now starting to jump to Web 3. And once that happens, then this game set is going to explode in value for me as well. So I think all of them have very unique positions. I think this bull cycle, we're going to see Bitcoin take off, of course, with institutional adoption, and Kaspa following suit, and everything else following suit. I think we'll then start seeing a divide and a split with real world utility tokens like the XRPs and XLMs and Quant and XDCs split off into their own sector, and they'll have their own, increases, decreases in value and whatnot. Bitcoin will kind of stay as its own, just its thing. Kaspa will continue increasing as well because it is doing what Bitcoin couldn't. So it's proving everyone else wrong that proof of work can achieve what Satoshi wanted it to be. And then gaming will do the same thing as well. AI will do the same thing as well. And we'll just see a sort of divide in the crypto asset into smaller niches, but smaller categories in the crypto market. Andre, welcome from Brazil, my man. Welcome. $5 realistic. Anything else is FUD. I think $3 for me is very realistic, conservative even. $5 is realistic. Everything else above that, I think is possible. Anything else below that, I think realistically, no one can truly say where Kaspa goes because this is a bull market. We've never seen Kaspa in a bull market ever in its life. We can't truly say where Kaspa's going to go, but I think there's a possibility that we see Kaspa go higher than 5. You are too hyped, but good content too. I mean, you've got to be hyped, right? I think I understand, being a complete maxi, right? And there's times where I do think, God, am I actually a maxi? I never thought I'd be one. But I do have just so much faith in this project. And generally just crypto as a whole. Because we are in a unique position, the 12th of August, 2024, the bull cycle is going to be happening from roughly the next month or two all the way up to 2025 with the biggest catalyst in the world that's going to affect these markets. And that's something to be so excited about, because you can, within reason, invest into mainly any project. Within reason, of course, because some projects are not going to do well because they haven't got the backing, or they could be rugs or whatever. So you've got to be careful, of course. But most projects in this market will increase in price. And finding the right ones, for me, in my opinion, like Kaspa, is one that's going to go parabolic. And it's just like, whoa, I'm in so early. And I have the lucky opportunity to be able to make so much money and reach financial freedom in this market, in the market class, before what will be the biggest bull run in my lifetime, maybe ever. So it's exciting to be. KAS 50 will get a lot of money flowing into Kaspa. Exactly, that as well. KAS 20 is going to be such a unique, superior blockchain protocol compared to everything else that we'll see a lot of these other industries, other institutions most likely jump onto the KAS 20 for its superior technology and what it can do, what others can't. increasing the liquidity into the blockchain, and Casper will be used as a medium of exchange on that blockchain, which will increase the price of Casper as well. The more popular KRT20 gets, the higher Casper price goes as well. That's what we've got to understand as well. If you're looking to hold long-term to 2030 and beyond, I believe real-world asset, AI, gaming, and music are good sectors. Yeah, no, I agree. I think real-world assets, AI, and gaming, those are like the three sectors that I have. I haven't done too much into music, but I think music also has potential as well as the music sector from what I've seen as well. I know this because of Gala, because Gala have, or what they still do have it. I believe they had a gaming sector. They were originally just a gaming project. They diversified into metaverse and music and something else I can't remember now. They've now become a layer 1 protocol, I believe. They still do all of them, but they now focus mainly on their layer 1 protocol. But yeah, from what I know, the music industry in itself is very... Well, the music industry in the current sector is right now, the artists don't get paid much. And if you signed a record label, you signed a deal, you're equally getting treated like arse. So like, with Web3, it gives the artists more freedom to make music when they want to, and they get their money worth from how they get money paid for how popular, how good their song is, as opposed to just getting paid a fixed fee. So I think all those sectors have potential in the future. I think we'll see this market kind of act as per usual, and we'll start seeing a shift towards the introduction of real world asset and AI making explosive moves in the cycle. Gaming will come later, music will come later, and Casper will just stand the test of time as it keeps on growing. Casper will go to $1 plus with each tier 1 after cracking. Coinbase will list Casper late 2025, nibble and ends, then boom. Yeah, I think it's possible as well. I think we'll see Kraken first. At this rate, I think we'll see Kraken first, then I think we'll see potentially Binance to follow what's happening right now. And then for me, I've not heard anything else. So for me, it's a flip up between OKX and Coinbase, because OKX are part of the Casper ecosystem foundation. So they are an integral part of Casper's growth already. Coinbase, they funded DAG Labs, $8 million to fund DAG Labs to help the development of Casper. And they are also very closely tied to BlackRock, who are shareholders of Marathon. So there's a lot of connection to Coinbase and the initial development of Casper. And also that they might even be accumulating Casper right now, thanks to Marathon and BlackRock. So I think we'll definitely see Kraken first, then Binance to follow. I think then we might see OKX next, and then Coinbase afterwards. But it really depends. I think once we see Binance, so a lot of the exchanges are going to be like, damn, we need to list Casper now because it's about to go parabolic. Where do you see XDC this cycle and long term? Let's load up XDC, shall we? XDC, it peaked, according to CoinMarketCap, it peaked at around 17 cents, currently valued at 2.6. I think we'll see XDC return to its all-time high, definitely, if not surpass that. And the fact that it's being utilized in back ends of the financial system as well, similar to what XRP and XLM are doing, I think there's potential we could see XDC continue going up in price from then. I could not give a price target. I'd be happy with it returning to its all-time high. I think we could see a 20 cents. I think that's a possibility. And the problem is it's hard to predict the real world utility tokens price targets, because ultimately all these projects have seemingly the fundamentals and they should return to their all-time highs, thankfully. And now institutional investments and adoption are now putting these real world utility tokens and their protocols into the back end of the financial systems. There's more money than we're ever going to see before flooding into those tokens in particular. So it means that we could see these prices go absolutely nuts from here, but it's hard to predict. We don't know how much money is going to come in. It should be multiple trillions, but we don't know what's going to be. We don't know what allocation to what protocols are going to be to. It could be 50% to XRP, 20% to XDC, 20% to XLM, and then 10%. Like, it could be. We don't know the allocation yet. But at the same time, I think we will see growth in those real world utility tokens from this point onwards as well. So XDC in this cycle, I think, will return to all-time highs, if not 20 cents, I'd like to believe. And long-term, I think we'll just see as long as the use case is there and it's still being utilized, then I think we'll see an increase from there as well. I mean, yeah, I don't think that's a bad shout either. Some projects are worth over $1, and they're not worth it. But it depends, because if you look at a project that's over $1 and they're all-time high, if it's a project that's a sound project worth over $1, but it's all-time highest, like in the 50s or whatever, then you're like, okay, well, you know, that's a, like for me, example, Vulcan Forge, right? Vulcan Forge is 2.7. That's over $1, but its all-time high. Its all-time high, if I get it up, I believe it's around, yeah, $49. So and that's something that I believe will return to its all-time high in this bull cycle. I'm going to continue doing research on it to make to, you know, further back my belief, but I'm pretty sure it will. And if that's the case, then that's a 25x for me. I'll get into that when I believe at the right time. Right now, it's near its all-time low, and I think we're going to see lower lows incoming still, so I'm not getting into it just yet. I'm waiting until it hits. I'm waiting for it to probably come down a little bit lower, and then I'm going to scoop some up. But yeah, I think for me that's something that I'm looking to. But that's over $1. I understand where you're coming from, and I understand where you're coming from, and I do think you're within your right to believe that, and I think you're not even wrong in thinking that. But sometimes it's worth looking at it from a slightly wider perspective and seeing, you know, this graph here. This is one. Vulcan Forge is a project that I made quite considerable gains in the last bull cycle. I made a 2x in my investment in a span of, like, I saw the project near its all-time high. I believe I got into it around when it was collapsing, so I probably got into it around here, I believe, or around here even. I can't exactly remember, but I got into it. It went 2x, took some out. I woke up the next morning and it collapsed, and I took the rest of it out. But I made a 2x already, so I already made my money back. But yeah, that's just one example of some projects that are worth over $1 but still have the potential. And even saying that, when Kaspa's worth over $1, I'm still going to buy Kaspa. Best believe I will. Look how Kaspa ran last year when most of the market was down. Imagine, yeah, exactly. Look at Kaspa and its all-time chart from the worst bull cycle in history, continuously increasing in price, where most projects were down massively from this point. Most projects would have started up here and come down to about here, if not even lower. I mean, I could just Vulcan Forge an example of that. So when the bull actually starts, we could see some massive parabolic price movements. Damn, people talking. What's the hold up with stablecoin? We're waiting for the KAS 20 to be released, and they're just making sure they get all the development fleshed out. It should be coming up before the end of this month, if not early September. They've already stated that much. When the stablecoins come, people will use Kaspa and keep money safe. Yeah, stablecoins will just give, it's just what will be used as another medium of exchange, right? But mainly for institutions, and between blockchains and whatnot. But Kaspa is going to be used as a peer-to-peer electronic currency, medium of exchange, but also store of value. I'm also in love with Kaspa, but I think the 10 we will see next cycle. $10 we'll see next cycle. I was often hyped and it was too much, so I don't realize the winnings because overhyped. No, it's fine. It's fine. I get what you mean. Yeah. So you were saying that you think we'll reach $10 next cycle, and you think it's slightly overhyped. So you're kind of being more conservative. That's fair enough. And I think that's a sound prediction. Yeah. Like I said, I think $10 this cycle is possible, but we need to have all tier ones, in my opinion. KRC 20, 10 BPS, the sheer volume of what's happening to KII as well. Smart contracts will be a big one as well, and hopefully the looming confirmation of Dagnite as well. All those things, in my opinion, has to happen for us to see a $10. So it's possible, but it's unlikely. I think $10 is most likely next cycle. But either way, I'm holding Kaspa long term. If it goes to $100, I'm going to hold it till it goes to $100. I'm getting to it at 20 cents under, so I'm really making 500x, ridiculous, if not more than that. So I only hold one coin that I DCA into over $1, and that's Cosmos, because I believe it has layer 0. It's a layer 0. Okay, well, I think if you believe in that project, then yeah, good for you. I think there are some, like I said, there are some projects that I think have value regardless of its price target, as long as it has the potential to move up, it has positive price movement. I think, yeah, Kaspa's something for me that when it goes over $1, I'm still going to buy. Welcome forward to something I'm going to buy. There are some projects that I think over $1 still worth. Quant, for example, at $66. That's something I'm going to get into. I'm looking at Quant because it's a real utility token, so I think that for me is worth potentially putting into as well. As your channel and community grows, can you see yourself hosting Kaspa events in the future? Gosh, that would be something, huh? Yeah, Yeah, I mean, potentially. I mean, ultimately, right now, my channel is growing well, my community is growing well, and equally, I'm as I've also mentioned, I'm going to post it in the chat once again. I created last week a free Discord server. Free Discord server where right now the community is growing very quickly. In the span of a week, I have over 150 members, and it's growing even faster. Every time I do a stream, I get another 10 members, and it's growing quicker and quicker. And right now, we are all working to, spread our knowledge regarding every crypto project. That it's not just all Casper; it's crypto as a whole, because we all want to build our knowledge, because knowledge is power, and we want to be a part of this massive wealth transfer happening right now. So that's why I made the free Discord server. So in the regard to that, I could see myself potentially hosting events in the future, whether it be Casper related or just crypto related in general, as a meeting creature. People can just discuss in person what people think. I don't see why not. I enjoy doing the streams with you lot, so I don't see why I wouldn't do it in person as well. But I've not given it proper thought just yet. That's a future to be, definitely. And also, just quick, again, shameless plug, if anyone who's enjoying the streams, because again, do these every single day and I thoroughly enjoy them, please feel free to leave a like, share with your friends, and subscribe for more, because I'm doing it every single day, same time, 4 p.m. EST, 4 p.m. GBT, 12 p.m. midday EST, and 9 a.m. PT, and 11:30 for Man Leroy in Australia. And yeah, I'm going to keep them coming. So if you enjoy the stream, please leave a like and share with your friends and subscribe for more. Thoughts on GFI? GFI. Goldfink. 418 coin market cap. Exchanges on Coinbase. Mexi. Okay, so I'm seeing it's not on many exchanges, but it has got Coinbase, which is good. Looking at its all-time chart, it was launched at the peak of the last bull cycle from the looks of things. Yeah, beginning of January, as the bull cycle was starting to turn, and it's come down since. I don't have enough information on the project from this chart alone, because that's obviously what I'm doing right now. It's got exchange listings. It's got Coinbase, which is a very, very big one to have. So that's, a very positive indicator. And it's obviously not seen a bull cycle. I want to actually know what this pump was about, because that seems quite interesting. But ultimately, it's down massively from its initial start. 65% from its initial discovery, its launch. So if you have more information on it, feel free to join the Discord server and, just let us know, and I'll have a look into it, because I think, ultimately, if they've had a Coinbase listed, I think it's actually quite a good thing. So I would like to know more about the project. So yeah, feel free to let me know. You shouldn't be looking at the price of crypto. You need to be looking at the market cap. The price tag is not relevant. Funny you say that. Because did I repost this? There's a chance I didn't, and if I didn't, that's probably because it's in my Discord server instead. No, I did repost it. Here you go. Institutional confirmation that a crypto market cap does not matter. The Stocks Digital Asset Blue Chip Index, that caters to institutional investors, focuses on high-quality digital assets investments based on their adoption, security, community, and innovation, not market cap. We can see right here. It's not me saying this. This is institutional investors saying this, and whether you like it or not, they're the ones that run the world. They're the ones that make all the decisions for you. So the price is, yes, I agree with you that the market cap's more important than the price. I agree with you in that regard. But at the same time, price is what we talk about, because price is easier to understand. And when I'm talking about how high the price of the project will go, I don't just say I believe it because I believe it. I show my reasoning for it. And my reason for why Casper can do that is what I've explained here. Increasing adoption, increasing security, increasing community and innovation. That's everything Casper stands for. Adoption is happening right now with the KII. Security, with its increasing in hash rate and whatnot and everything else. This community right now, this stream is proof that this community is increasing more and more and more. I have people who've just learned of crypto for the first time ever, like my man Leroy, who's first time ever in crypto, and even more who are growing into Casper and innovation. Casper is, if Casper's not innovative, then what is it? Like, this is proof of what's happening in the future. And it also signifies a pivotal movement in the integration of digital assets into mainstream finance. Casper is going to be doing that. So ultimately, market cap's more important than price, yes, but in the future to be, which is not far off, this year's going to be the shift we're seeing it, or this crypto bull cycle even, market cap won't matter. It's going to be how good the project is and what their use cases are, which is why I also believe Caspa's doing that. Caspa will be closer to 40 to 50 top next cycle, depending on rollout, everything else, adoption. Yeah, I mean, that is again, I haven't thought too much about next cycle, because for me, I'm looking, more at I'm looking at Caspa as what I think is going to happen in this immediate bull cycle, but equally just holding it long term. So price for me doesn't really matter, because long term I think Caspa's going to just keep increasing and I'm going to keep making my money on it. But if $40-50 Caspa would be insane, I would love that much. And I'll keep taking stop profits at every single top and keep investing more when I think it's necessary. I am buying back in the next bear market. You are a good man. I appreciate you. Thank you very much, LFO1. Thank you very much for joining. And yeah, it's great to be in Caspa. Honestly, it's a great time to be in Caspa right now. That means $10 Caspa this cycle. $10 Caspa would be insane. I think there's a lot that rides on that. Not saying it's not possible, but I think a lot rides on that, so it's going to be very, very hard. I'm always going to buy more Caspa. Me and you too, my friend. Me and you too. I've seen many memes predict $10 Caspa this bull cycle. Yeah, I mean, even Da Vinci Jeremy said, really? Well, Da Vinci Jeremy's been flooding Caspa for the longest time, so I'm surprised he said that. Maybe he just said that to flood it even more, because that's what everyone else... Because obviously a lot of people says $10 Caspa. And, I mean, I'm also saying it myself in the stream here. And I've given my reason as to why, but I've also clearly stated that there's a lot riding on that to happen. So it's not, so-called guaranteed. It's quite hard to reach a $10 Caspa. But $10 Caspa is going to happen, in my opinion. I don't know if it's going to be bull cycle in this one or the next one, but it will happen, in my opinion. In the last bull run, the coins that exploded went way past what people predicted. Yeah, that's true as well. It's because you're entering new territory. We didn't know how high Bitcoin would reach, and therefore we didn't know how Bitcoin back in the previous bull cycles. Bitcoin was the catalyst that moved the rest of the bull cycle and moved the rest of the projects, the altcoins. So the sheer top of Bitcoin could influence the price of the altcoins. Because what happened is the money invested into Bitcoin, people will then take their money out of Bitcoin and invest into the altcoins. So money from Bitcoin trickles down into altcoins, like Caspa. I mean, Bitcoin Max is getting involved into Caspa. So that's very, very big. So I think this could go way past all our predictions. So institutional investment as well is going to be massive. Yeah, I agree. $1,000 Caspa, that's a future to be, and I will retire. If you're in at sub 20 cents, sub $1, that is absolutely nuts. We will become millionaires, 100%. We should catch some more in the bear, damn straight. Tokenomics are very important, definitely. Tokenomics and what the fundamentals of what the project's building. Yeah, tokenomics are very, very important. Good morning, Charles Morales. Good morning. Unfortunately, we have just passed the hour mark, so I'm going to be wrapping up very shortly. I'll probably be on another 10 minutes or so for anyone who's just joined. But if you enjoyed the streams, again, leave a like, share with your friends, subscribe for more. And if you're joining late, don't hesitate to re-watch the stream back from the beginning, because we cover quite a lot. And I'm going to cover some more in a moment, just a second as well. Caspa followed the power law, so it's possible. Yeah, Caspa, it does follow the power law, so anything is possible, definitely. And now, that was me answering the questions before getting back to what I wanted to talk about ages ago at the half-hour point. I've half an hour of answering questions before I could talk about this. I spoke about this at the beginning of the video, the live stream. Talk about it right here now. The title of this live stream. The title of the live stream is Matt KEISER confirming Bitcoin will take over the energy sector, and also that Caspa is the Bitcoin 2.0, thanks to the KII. So I'm going to play this video real quick. Everyone just take a listen real quick.
So it's just like software ate the world during the 70s and 80s, and every company in the world became essentially a software company. Car companies are a software company, airlines are a software company. All value will become priced in Bitcoin. Everything will be priced in Bitcoin, particularly energy. I would say the next big prediction, I'll make a prediction here, is that within 24 months, all the major global energy contracts will be priced in Bitcoin. All the major global energy contracts will be priced in Bitcoin. 4 months, all 24 months, all the major global energy contracts will be priced in Bitcoin, not dollars. And that will be the end of the fiat money world as we know it officially, and the beginning of the Bitcoin epoch. So
Matt KEISER, for those who are unaware, which you should be aware, but again, there's new people in this space, so I'm here to just inform you. Matt KEISER is a prominent figure in the cryptocurrency world. Matt KEISER is a venture capitalist at Heisenberg Capital and co-host of the popular Mac and Stacey show. He's an early advocate of Bitcoin, the co-founder of Heisenberg Capital. He played an early pivotal role in the early investment of Bitcoin and various Bitcoin startups, and he's a global speaker on cryptocurrency. So he's a very, very big name. His Twitter page has over 500,000 followers. Almost 600,000 followers. So he's a very, very big name. And he's in this video that I just played you, he's predicting that the energy sector will soon use Bitcoin to transact. Now, whether he means Bitcoin as Bitcoin as the coin, or whether he means crypto, I'm assuming he means Bitcoin as a coin, not crypto. But either way, he's right, but he's wrong. Because unbeknownst to him, after Captain Maxi states, and he joins my streams as well, so shout out to him, the shift is already underway with a more versatile coin being KASPA. The energy sector is already starting to happen with the KII. KASPA and the KII, the crypto is getting involved in the energy sector thanks to the KII, thanks to KASPA. So it's not actually Bitcoin, it is KASPA. The energy sector sees KASPA as the more capable and efficient means to value transfer while still sticking to the core principles and vision of Satoshi Nakamoto. KII was created by the partnership of DII Desert Energy to integrate the superior monetary technology into the energy sector as a more efficient and secure reserve currency. That is the truth of the matter right here. So Matt KEISER has effectively confirmed that Bitcoin, or Bitcoin 2.0, that KASPA will take over the energy sector, and we're seeing it happening right now thanks to the KII. And we're seeing, again, developments happening very, very shortly. An enterprise event is going to be taking place in September at some point, where they're going to be talking about support measurements for the KII launchpad, and also going to be talking about how enterprise can get access to KASPA. And also, Panda, who is a part of the media team, she posted in the Discord server that KII and DI have common chairman and board members, which again we can see here. Rory O'Neill, part of the DI Desert Energy, and Paul Van Sun, the chairman, who is also CEO, founding CEO and president of DI Desert Energy as well. And she mentions that there will be official partnerships that are being announced in the coming weeks with KASPA, KII, and the industries. So we're going to see institutional investment into KASPA. Energy companies, which include the likes of DHL, Shell, and many, many more, are going to get access to KASPA. Again, we don't know what partnerships are going to happen just yet, but again, this is proof that the energy sector is transforming as well with crypto, with KASPA. So it's not Bitcoin, it is KASPA, and you know we have people like Max KEISER who's predicting this shift happening, and he's just off the mark because he's right. Crypto's going to take over, Bitcoin's going to take over, but it's actually with KASPA. It's very, very big news. And then we have then, you know, as I've showed again, I've linked it already in the chat. Feel free to scroll up. I'll quickly just show them on screen right now. This post here and this post here. This is a man named I have to reload the page because it's bugged out on me. This is a man called W. Scott Sconetta. And W. Scott Sconetta is someone who's in the original white paper for Satoshi Nakamoto. So he's very, very trusted. He helped co-creator of the blockchain expose the realities of Bitcoin, which is far from Satoshi Nakamoto's original views. It's not scalable, basically. And also, with institutions buying more and more, Bitcoin centralization is only going to accelerate. Become more and more centralized. So Bitcoin has its shortcomings in that regard, which, you know, Bitcoin has served its purpose. With all intents and purposes, it serves its purpose. But KASPA is going to succeed where Bitcoin failed. And, you know, we're seeing more adoption into Bitcoin right now. Marathon buying up more, raising more money to buy more Bitcoin. And they also diversify their portfolio into KASPA. So that could see flood into KASPA as well at some point in the future. We're seeing AI growing more and more and more. The fears growing more of Bitcoin, but that's just, again, the calm before the storm. You know, we're going to see this happening next month, Fed cutting rates, which will see corrections in the market before we see a reversal and increase in price. We can see it's happening every single time. And, you know, we've got exchanges coming to this KASPA, higher hash rate, so much incoming for KASPA right now, which is why I'm so bullish on this project. That's why I'm so bullish on this project, and the KRI is going to be a massive, massive part of this. Bigger than people will give it credit for, I'm sure. And as, I can't remember who mentioned it earlier. Someone mentioned it earlier about partnerships, institutional partnerships not being that big for the price of the token, which is true. But it just gives more investor confidence from other institutions and other investors in general, like you and me, to see if KASPA had partnerships with the likes of, you know, Shell and DHL, Like, I'm going to want to get into more Kaspa. Like, that's crazy. That's insane. But that's why I'm so bullish on Kaspa. Again, we look at the market chart right now, 16.2, almost 16.22 cents, almost 1.80% up on the daily time frame. And I think we're going to see some continuing consolidation for the meantime around this price target. And we'll probably see some upward momentum, I'd like to believe, leading into September. September comes around, we'll see some corrections, and then we'll start seeing the comeback to push further on from then. But again, depending on what developments come out in the near future, we can see that change. If the KAS 20 comes out earlier, that could change as well, because KAS 20 is going to be very, very big. So I'm going to quickly answer some more questions before I am going to wrap up. LFO1 asked, what's your thoughts on CKB net, TKB? So I'll look at CKB real quick. Novos Network, currently 134 market cap. Market cap is 400 million. Its all-time chart is pretty much the same. It's down 7% on its all-time. Binance, Mexi, so pretty much all major exchanges bar Coinbase from the looks of things. Again, it's a very, very, very quick review of it. I don't know what this project's regarding. Is it a AI project? Is it an L1? Open source, probably blockchain, goal to create peer-to-peer crypto money network. Okay. I mean, it ultimately, with it having so many major exchanges, also it did launch earlier and it peaked up at 3 cents at its all-time high in the bull market. Currently now valued at 1/8 of a cent. I mean, based on that alone, again, we're seeing more institutional investment into crypto, so we could see it reach all-time high, if not return even higher. And I'm very curious about what this pump was, and then why we saw it correct back down to here again. That's interesting to see. Currently, its volume is at 14 million daily right now. Yeah, I mean, I think, again, if you want to let me know more, LFO, then please by all means let me know in the Discord server. Free to join. I'll put it again in the chat. But ultimately, right now, if you want, I'll do some more research into it and look into it. But in terms of return on investment, I think you're probably better off just sticking into Kaspa. Personally, because if it had no big exchange listings, I would say I'd be worried about it. It having exchange listings means it has the potential for more adoption, but at the same time, it means we won't get catalysts with the exchange. Like, no big exchange listing means that it's worrying. No centralized exchange could mean it's worrying, which some projects have had that. It has the big exchange listing, which is good, but I don't know what will drive. I want to know what drove this. If I know what drove this, then I could maybe make a more educated guess as where I think what it might do. But ultimately, yeah, I mean, the fact that it's down. I mean, it's hard to predict a project, right, when you're looking at other cryptos like Kaspa, which has just gone up from its start. Love your daily videos. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I am, doing it and be doing it for, I think, the 12th day now, and I'll continue doing it every single day at the same time, unless if I do it at a different time, I'll let people know in my Discord. And otherwise, then yeah, it's been very enjoyable talking to everyone here. If you're enjoying the streams, again, leave a like, share with your friends, and subscribe for more if you're new. Is it possible, in your opinion, that Jonathan Polinsky is Satoshi Nakamoto? I refuse to answer that question because it's impossible to tell who Satoshi Nakamoto is. I think Jonathan Polinsky has done a very good job at adhering to his vision. So if anyone was to be him, then I guess sure, why not? But people will say that all the time, that it's Jonathan Polinsky, that it's David Schwartz, that it's Jed McCaleb, that it's Viv Zohar. There's so many people in this space who claim that they're Satoshi Nakamoto. I just see Tom Polinsky as an expert in this space who is doing what Satoshi Nakamoto wanted Bitcoin to be, and he's a legend. If Catholic power law invalidates sometime in the near future, will that change your perspective or long-term holding? Nah. I mean, again, the long distance future is hard to tell what's going to happen, right? But with what's being developed right now, and the fact that crypto is becoming an integral part of the financial sector, and what Kaspa's doing right now as well, I think it is I think there's very little that will change my perspective on holding Casper long term. The best thing that can come that will change my perspective potentially is, the next Casper coming out. As Casper the Net Bitcoin, the next Casper, that's 20, 30 years at least, I think, in the future. I'm heavy in the small market cap coin base sunk 21 million into development. I'm heavy in a small market cap that coin base sunk 21 million into for development. I mean, yeah, if you're heavy into it, hopefully you've done your research and it's not a bad investment. It's not a rug pull by any means, because I wouldn't want anyone to lose their money. As long as the developments bear fruits, then I think you'll be okay. But, just be careful, my friend. Be careful. Bingo Bango 89, thank you very much. And by all means, everyone else welcome to join. I'll leave the link in the chat, it's in the description as well, and on my homepage. And we'll continue to learn more building our knowledge. And I also put in where I can. If I find information, I have a daily information tab where I put in information, whether it be regarding Casper, XRP, other crypto projects, or just news information. Again, it's not just me putting it in there though. Anyone can contribute to it. Cody is a very, very informative person in this community, and he's done amazing things already and put in a lot of very big information. And thanks to him and other members of my community, we're able to call this correction happening, and we're able to buy at bottom points down here. I bought around here as well, and around here. So the community's been very successful so far for only being up for a week or two, and I'm excited to see where it's going to be in a month, or by October, if not even 2025. It could probably reach 1,000 members at this rate, and I'd be excited for that. So I'm very, very excited for what's happening, and we're going to continue growing our knowledge, because knowledge is power. L1 and L2 for Bitcoin are really nice tech too. Yeah, I mean, definitely. I think L1 and L2 for Bitcoin are nice tech too, but ultimately for me, again, like I'm most of my bags in Casper, because I think Casper is just there's too many. Bitcoin's still going to do well this bull cycle and for the foreseeable future, I'm sure, but I think Bitcoin's ROI is just not got the same as something like Casper. That's for me. Why big people like Michael Saylor still don't understand that Casper is better than Bitcoin? Are they better than what? I mean, you got to keep in mind they've made their money off fronting Bitcoin. Fronting may not be maybe fronting the wrong word, but they made their money off talking about how good Bitcoin is for years and years and years. They can't just turn tail and run and talk about Casper. They can't. Like, it would ruin their image. As much as Casper is better, in my opinion, they can't just do that. So they've got to. I'm sure he knows of Casper, because Michael Saylor is, he's not an idiot by any means. So I'm sure he knows, but he probably won't talk about it. Has he got Casper? I can't say. I don't know. But either way, he's made millions, if not more, billions of Bitcoin. So he doesn't need to talk about anything else. He's made his money, and as long as he keeps talking about it, he'll keep pumping his bags as well. If he starts talking about Casper being the next big thing, Bitcoin would probably drop in price. Because all the Bitcoin maxis would be like, Mark's going to talk about Casper will skyrocket most likely, and Bitcoin will drop. So he can't do that. He's probably not allowed to. What's your second highest conviction crypto? If that's my what I'm believing next, then I guess right now it'd be XRP. Contrary to popular belief, I think XRP does have potential this cycle after the lawsuits concluded and all developments come into fruition and the CBDCs are flooded into the market, into the financial system. I think XRP has potential because a lot of connections are proving that XRP, like you're seeing research papers from the BIS, the IMF, the WEF, all the big banks around the world. Bank of America's partnership with XRP. XRP has partnerships with 7 of the central banks, the big central banks around the world, the biggest ones in the world. Like anything that's to do with finance, I can pretty much guarantee you look up a financial institution, they have connection to XRP one way or the other. So I think once the lawsuit's over and we see this shift to incorporate blockchain, XRP use case is finally being utilized. I think XRP has potential to increase in value. So after Casper being my biggest bag by far, I've got a small bag in XRP to cover my assets, to hedge my bets. How much percentage of your portfolio is in Casper? I don't talk about how much money I have in Casper, just for my own personal belief. I don't talk about how much money I have. I do say that my portfolio is most definitely heavily in Casper. Casper's by far my biggest percentage. It's quite hefty. And then I have little bits scattered about with the likes of XRP, XLM, like I said, I'm going to be looking into these projects very, very shortly. I'm very excited to get into these projects, actually. The gaming projects as well. Yeah. I can found 8% into Kaspa, sleep very well. Yeah, I will be sleeping very well as well. I think 8% into Kaspa is a very, I think it's a smart decision personally. That's not a bad shout at all. He did do that Kaspa Blue Apple and said take a bite. Is this Michael Saylor we're talking about? Because if that's the case, then that is pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, ultimately, yeah, if Michael Saylor talks about Kaspa like too much, it could be bad for Bitcoin. So that's why I don't think he talk about it too much. Yeah, I know you mentioned about percentage, not how much, but it's okay. It's about 70%, right? I won't disclose how much I actually own in Kaspa. I won't be doing that, but it's about 70% I have in Kaspa, and then little bits scattered about other projects. But ultimately, that percentage is constantly that percentage is constantly growing more and more because I'm keeping diversifying and building up my Kaspa bag. So 10% in Kaspa, and then my other projects that I hold, which include real world utility tokens, I don't really fill up on them much, if at all, because again, because of centralized nature, I don't trust them as much. So I've kind of left them alone and just hope they're going to explode. But Kaspa one I keep filling up more and more and more because I'm sure it's going to explode. That one I have too much faith in. But yeah, so that 70% is going to probably grow. I think by the end of the bull cycle, it could probably go to something like 85, because I'm filling up more and more every chance I get. And once we see the exchange listings, hell, as my man David keeps saying in all my streams, he's going to sell his kids' kidneys. Hell, I'd sell my house to buy more Kaspa if I see an exchange listing actually confirm that. I've seen people saying that it's like buying Bitcoin at like $250, but I agree. Buying Kaspa at this value right now is dirt cheap. And I think if you think that a Kaspa is the next Bitcoin, and that's $160 or $250, and it's now at 60k and it's going to rise higher, then think what's going to happen to Kaspa as well. Not to mention as well that Bitcoin didn't have the institutional investment that is happening. It's happening now, but it didn't have that early stage. Whereas Kaspa was having that from the get-go, pretty much with KII, so that's very big as well. Nemo said I can't talk about Kaspa, but he could sure leave clues on the post next. But yeah, you say that, but there are people who are really, really good at researching, who like finding breadcrumbs. The problem is, you find breadcrumbs, people tend to call you a maxi or a conspiracy theorist, but people like finding breadcrumbs. If you did that, it would be, again, it could cause more harm than it cause good. Now, again, he's not, ultimately, we don't need Michael Saylor, do we? We believe in the project, we know what's going to happen, and we think Kaspa's going to increase in price, and I think it will as well. And I'm sure he knows what Kaspa's about. Like, the same way how you're seeing Bitcoin Maxis talking about Kaspa, I'm sure he knows about it. But he can't talk about it because, if he's one of the biggest people in the Bitcoin space, if not the biggest. So if he starts speaking about Kaspa as, the next threat for Bitcoin, think about all the institutions that are now buying up Bitcoin, like BlackRock and Fidelity. And MicroStrategy, his company's got a lot of Bitcoin. If he spoke about Kaspa now, or even left breadcrumbs and people managed to pick that, Bitcoin's value would drop. I'm confident in that, because he's now saying Bitcoin's not as good as Kaspa. But like, oh, what's Kaspa? Oh, Kaspa's great. Boom. Massive God candle, which would be great for us, but that could have negative implications on the whole crypto market. So I think what we'll likely see is this continue until maybe, I don't know, 10, 5, let's say, 5 years, maybe most likely 10, if not longer, when, Kaspa's developed more and become a more complete project, and Bitcoin's become a more centralized store of value with nothing else to do with it. Then we'll probably see him talk about the likes of Kaspa a little bit more. Or not. Either way, we don't need him. We don't need him. Anyways, that is going to be the stream for today, guys. Thank you very much for watching. It's been an hour and a half almost. And yeah, again, thoroughly enjoy doing these streams every single day. I do it at the same time every single day, which is 4 p.m. GBT, 12 p.m. EST, and 9 a.m. PT. And Leroy for mine in Australia, it's 7:30 p.m. And yeah, if you enjoy the stream, leave a like, share with your friends, and subscribe for more. And if you want to, just build your knowledge in the crypto space as a whole, because knowledge is power, and we're about to be part of the biggest bull market in history of 18 to 24 months, if not more than that. Like, it's so exciting right now in crypto in general. Then by all means, please feel free to join the free Discord server. On the screen right now is in the chat, and also on my homepage right here and in the description of in the live stream. And yeah, feel free to join. It's free to join, and we're going to keep growing from here, growing more and more. Honestly, the fact that Bitcoin Maxis have to address Kaspa shows that it's even, yeah, exactly. The fact that you got Marathon now diversifying their portfolio to now, buy up some more Bitcoin, buy up some more Kaspa, and Bitcoin Maxis now talk about Kaspa. Great to say that we're going to see a shift happening very, very soon. A shift of people starting to recognize Casper more and more as for what it is, being the Bitcoin 2.0. And Matt KEISER knows that the energy sector is going to go into Bitcoin, into crypto, and it's happening with Casper right now. So it's good to see. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Thanks for everyone here. And yeah, hope to see you guys in the private Discord and for the future to be. So yeah, catch you guys later. See you tomorrow.